Welcome. It is impossible for continuous storms to fall from a cloudless, empty sky. Forever stainless space is the origin of pure phenomena. That's it. The completely relaxed nature of space is the natural order of everything, no matter what description it might have, no matter what word is used to describe anything, no matter what label is applied, no matter how things are understood to be, all is totally free and totally pure by nature. Yesterday I was out walking and I saw a building being built. And I noticed that the supports, the vertical supports for the building were metal rods that were wired together. And it just reminded me that the most important part of constructing a building of any kind is to have a good foundation. It's absolutely essential. In any kind of natural calamity, metal rods that are wired together won't offer much support. The foundation of everything, just as it is completely relaxed by nature. That's the foundation of everything. So to effort and strive to attempt to make it anything more than that in any way is absolutely futile. The restful essence of everything, just as it is super complete in and of itself. To relax in an entirely natural way reveals everything that needs to be known. It reveals that no matter what it is that it appears, us or anything else, it's all a wisdom appearance, a perfect appearance of the natural order of everything, just as it is. Good morning, Shanti. Forever stainless speech does not need to rely on categories and systems. It is the concentrated essence of everything as it is. That's just what it communicates, nothing else. Unlike philosophies which rely on systems and categories, that which is forever stainless has no systems and categories, yet includes all as itself. Philosophies can point to something, yet they are distinct from the pivotal essence of stainless speaking and writing that strip bare the essence of everything just as it is. Forever stainless speech is just the speech that we have always longed to hear. Rather than being just another irritation and endless irritations. It's a tsunami of nectar. A tsunami, those big waves, you know. That washes away all the conventional beliefs about everything, conventional beliefs about who we take ourselves to be, conventional beliefs about who we take others to be, conventional beliefs about what we need to rely on in order to be. So this makes it very simple. The completely relaxed nature of everything is the ground, the path, and the fruition all at once. Endless rivers of teachings flowing under one bridge. All in the essence of complete relaxation. Complete relaxation of body and mind. No need to jump up and grab something to describe it in any way. No need to establish any systems to know it better. Simply the restful love that is all there is. No matter how it's described or what its dictionary definition might be, its ultimate definition is always originally perfect love. rings clear as the bell within everyone and everything. Total simplicity, total and complete simplicity, unimpeded simplicity, with absolutely no effort or striving, with nothing whatsoever needing to be done in any situation, no matter what it is. Nothing needs to change. Beyond the attributions of good and bad is the impeccable order of everything. Endless systems of good and bad have never led to any kind of moral order. Are eternalist philosophies that posit a subject and an object, wherein we're always needing to get more good from somewhere else, have availed us nothing and will continue to avail us nothing. Just so our philosophies that are nihilistic and posit the opposite of subject and object, posit nil or nothing, that everything is caused by nothing and results in nothing. These two leave us absolutely nowhere. Beyond all of that is a wisdom appearance of perfect order. Beyond good and bad, what has never known good or bad is the wholly positive nature of everything. Wholly positive in that it's never been opposed to anything else, such as a negative. Whole in that it's completely beyond unity and separation. Completely beyond description, ineffable. Ineffable yet spontaneously present. Naturally present. Undeniably present. Inescapably present. But not present as in a moment of time, because it's never been divided into any segments of time. From sweetness is sweetness. From simplicity is simplicity. From flawless stainlessness is flawless stainlessness. that which allows us to know ourselves as we truly are. We're not trying to get into any space and stay there. Space doesn't struggle to get into space. It's completely unnecessary. When my first child was born, I remember taking him in my arms and looking at him. And that's all there is. Just total love beyond imagining. Total and complete love beyond imagining. And in that instant, all is known. There's never any budging from that. More real than reality, clearer than clear. Would anyone like to ask a question or come up here and share? The boom mic just looks threatening, it isn't. There isn't a single thing that poses any threat. To well-being.
They're quite friendly people.
Pardon?
They're quite friendly.
Quite a while ago, I read some books. I got them about ascended masters, so-called Saint-Germain and so on. And it seems, I don't have any opinion about this of my own and no experience, of course, but that there is not just only an eternal void where consciousness is settled, but an ongoing process of individuality and creativity of this individual godliness consciousness. And I would like to receive your commentary on it. Maybe it doesn't follow the line of all your teachings, but we discussed it yesterday together, and still there is this question, and maybe you can explain it a little bit more.
And what is your question?
Asking for your commentary. Is there an idea, like we in the body and in this mind, this history of personal life, believe in we are individual and we like to have a continuum even after death? And this idea, or these people who say I'm an ascended master or whatever trance lectures, are giving the impression really of an ongoing process of individuality and the remembrance of past life having existed and future life, or the possibility to create them again and again in such a form as they want to appear for other times, for other creativity they would like to do.
There are many opinions about such things, many different belief systems and assumptions. And what those could be called are second-hand beliefs. In other words, they're beliefs that have been espoused by someone, and then they're heard by someone else, and then they're either believed or not. What I would like to suggest to you is to rely on the essence of your own being, to just rest completely in the essence of your own being and know all from that, rather than adopting other beliefs. Know that by which all is known. Then you'll be able to look at all the different belief systems and assumptions and understand them completely.
Coming back to very basic question, how to relax. And if you allow me to answer my own question.
Please.
Thank you. So, in order to relax, what we can do is to repeat some sentences as often as possible. I am pure awareness, I am pure space, I am completely relaxed, that is my true nature. These are the sentences which can be used. Is that the right method of relaxation?
Like a mantra.
Sorry?
Like a mantra.
Like a mantra. Like a mantra?
Like
you can
a
say
mantra.
that, yes. But yes, with full meaning. When the sentence is being quietly being repeated, there should be feeling of that felt within. Then only it will make sense. Yes, that is the way.
That is one approach. It definitely is one approach. One of the definitions of mantra is that which soothes the mind. What could be more soothing to the mind than to simply relax the body and mind completely, beyond words of any kind, without the support of words? No objective support is needed.
You mean that will be the better method than rather than taking support of the mantra or the sentences?
Exactly. Uncontrived, short moments of complete rest in all activities, repeated many times, become automatic. Initially, there may be resting repeatedly for short moments, repeated many times, and that leads to not trying to do so. It's simply an acknowledgement of the essence of your own being. The essence of being, the genuinely tranquil nature of being, can reveal itself all at once or gradually. It really doesn't matter. It's completely beyond intellectual speculation of whether it's sudden or gradual. There's nothing that needs to be thought about or accumulated. You know this.
Just wonderful.
Mm-hmm. There isn't anyone who doesn't know this. So essentially, when we rest, we just give ourselves permission to be what we are. We rest in what we are. No need to say anything about it. No need to say anything about personal identity or no personal identity or experience or no experience or anything else. In rest, we understand all that is to be understood without any words, and we realize all there is to realize without any words or supports of any kind. And what is it that's realized? What is realized is the true nature of phenomena. Pure from the beginningless beginning. We have the giggling posse over here on the left side of the room. Yes.
Well, it's threatening an animal coming down. There is one difficulty, at least for me, when trying to ask you a question, that is that I always can guess already the answer to the question. But, well, nevertheless, I'll just try it. A little bit following up on my brother's words. Well, pure nature and to insist, the only we should do is to relax and awake to the pure nature of what is beyond good and evil, and to say beyond good and evil. Well, when I follow up on my own personal experience or path or seeking, my perception, and I understand your words as also a perception based on what you found, is that there was purity in everything before, that there was pure nature before good and evil. There was the divine benevolence, only, absolute, pure. But then something must have happened for the world to become what it is today. And the exact problem we are facing as human beings to evoke again to the pure nature of ourselves shows that something happened during the process of, let's call it, development, or deviation of the formal will or outbreathing of the absolute, let's call it the absolute Brahma, or the original pureness. So something must have happened, and this is at least my perception of reality, know myself being confronted with good and evil. And there is a long, long history of wise men and women telling as I see it, the truth of those wise or enlightened persons who are called, in one tradition, bodhisattvas, and other traditions they are called sage men, and they perceive the full awareness, the resting in absolute purity, not as an end in itself, but as a means to help the rest of the world to try to regain the former pureness. The pureness not beyond, but before. So this is perceived as an evolution, as a development. Now I already get your answer, but nevertheless I would be happy to hear and to listen to your answer.
All right, well, what is my answer?
Smiling because everything has already been said.
We have all these ideas about everything, all of the knowledge that's been accumulated within the realm of time and space and cause and effect. Yet, the fundamental nature of time and space and cause and effect is much more conclusive than the description of time and space and cause and effect. So the simple suggestion of the Great Freedom Teaching for all of humankind is to become acquainted with the wisdom at the basis, and from that live together. All of our ideas about everything have led us as a human culture to where we are today. So why not look into that about ourselves and get to know that about ourselves that is completely beyond all concepts, but yet is the root of all concepts. That's what we need to know. That's what we need to actualize today. The wisdom power that is at the basis. The wisdom power that is completely beyond all ideas about everything. That is completely beyond all the systems that have been put together that have led us to where we are today. What do we really know about how it all began? And what do we really know about what will come in the future? How can we really predict what will come based on what has gone before? there's nothing to say about any of that. All of my own study of philosophy from a very early age, way before most people would ever be interested in anything like that, and in religion and spirituality, psychology, all the different systems that are meant to undo what was never done, led absolutely nowhere. When I ended up in a critical moment of the absolute failure of everything, what I found was that the underlying basis of it all is complete relief and complete purity. That rather than being stained, marked, tainted, and incomplete, that at the basis of everything is super completeness in and of itself. And in that, all systems are completely set aside. Suddenly, I didn't know what anything was. And that was just fine with me. Yet, in not knowing what anything was or is, what came about was a reign of benefit, a reign of self-benefit. So in a peculiar personal way, but completely beyond either the personal or the impersonal. Plus relationships with others that were fulfilling and satisfying, filled with love and wisdom and energy, beyond anything I could have cooked up or contrived with a system of how to do things. In a single flash, everything that I had ever hoped to find in God or my mother and father or my brothers and sisters or my friends or philosophy books, psychology books, relationships with all kinds of people, knowledgeable and not. Everything I was seeking was just completely stripped naked, and I found that in what I had been seeking, every single moment of that was an urge to freedom, and that urge, no matter what it was completely pure in and of itself. So no matter whether I had taken a right turn or a wrong turn, and no matter whether I liked people I met or didn't like people I met, no matter what I thought about my thinking and my emotional life, whether it was good or bad, no matter what I felt about my interactions with anyone, whether I judged it to be good or bad, whether I considered myself a saint or a sinner, none of it mattered. But no matter what description I could apply, it all described the same thing. And really, all I could say was, wow. So that's how profound I was. Wow. 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 That's all I said for about an hour. Wow.
Well, could also react by just saying, wow, because I was wrong. I didn't get that kind of answer before, to be honest. It was much wider and, well, absolutely convincing and true. One thing I'd like to add is, well, today it's only the third day I'm listening to you and your teachings. Therefore, everything I can say today is just on a very kind of preliminary and absolutely, well, preliminary basis anyway. I still feel that it is very important, and excuse me for saying so, you are a kind of living proof, not just to stop after having experienced the pure absolute space, then just saying, well, that's it, fine, let's stop doing anything. But, and then I may refer again to the image of bodhisattvas, that can be the moment where the real life really starts, trying to identify oneself with the divine will of benevolent, and I would say that changing the world to the better, trying to find people who would like to follow up on the same path, doing something. Of course, via relaxing, via smiling, but not just and only sitting back, keeping a smile, but really doing something as you obviously do it within your movement. And this, I feel, is still important because we are given these wonderful instruments of our body that will vanish after something that can be counted as time. But we are given these instruments today, and a lot of bad things happens through the use of these instruments. And a lot of good things can also be done with these instruments. So we have to use them, of course, via this wonderful art of relaxing and always coming back to the pure, as you call it. For me, it's just an image of pure space. I'll just stop there. Thank you.
Potent benefit is absolutely inseparable from the realization of the true nature of phenomena. It can't be cultivated, it can't be developed, it can't be dictated. It's a natural outpouring of what simply is. It's completely unimpeded, unstoppable. Can't be contained in any way. It has nothing to do with the doing. When fixed reference points are relaxed, tremendous energy of benefit ensues. It's just the way it is. The natural order of everything is entirely beneficial. What can be said about that? No matter what appears, no matter how it may be described, its essence is pure. It comes from purity, it is purity, and it returns to purity. And the coming from and the enduring and the cessation are all pure too. So there's nothing really to say other than just relax. To dictate or try to cultivate or develop beneficial activities or virtuous activities always falls short because it always seems like there's more to do and there's someone doing it. to rest totally and completely in the essence of one's being allows a font of benefit to naturally occur, a warmth of benefit to flow over into and as everything. What could be easier? What could be easier than to never be tired of doing? When we've spent decades striving, trying, efforting to put together some kind of an identity by which we can assess ourselves as good and worthy of just being alive, then when we hear rest for short moments repeated many times until it becomes automatic, it can just seem too easy, way too easy. We want to know, where's the philosophy? Where's the game plan for virtuous behavior? How can I get good? It just seems too easy. Yet, with just a little bit of openness, we can relax completely no matter what's occurring. And in that, all our questions are answered. All these questions about everything are completely answered. All our questions about the beginning and the end and the birth and the death and all the secondhand opinions about everything that we've learned, it's all answered in rest, completely answered. All the confusion completely comes to an end, to a complete stop. The underlying resonance of confusion that seems to be unavoidable in human living dissolves, and it can't really be said where it's gone. It's simply realized that there's never been confusion. What is completely unconfused never issued forth confusion. The essence of the confusion itself is complete rest. If we need to know something as a human culture to save ourselves, so to speak, why not look where the greatest power resides? Strip all of our systems of knowing and understanding everything completely naked. Pure space has never been trapped in any kind of conventional designations, yet it is the entire stuff of all conventional designations. Just go back again and again to that by which all is known. And then everything is perfectly clear about what to do about your life and any kind of offering you may have that would be of benefit to others. Our natural impulse and disposition is super complete love and mutual enrichment. Not some kind of romantic fantasy, but the absolute essence of everything just as it is. And we know that beyond any knowledge of it or experiencing of it, in complete rest. The rest that is the sheer force of everything. Yeah.
Just a little question. I guess this comes from my discovering about what awakening or awareness looks like. And I'm finding in my particular process, I'm so like joyful and exhilarated in growing familiarity with my true nature, and with that I have a lot of thoughts and understandings and looking at things in different ways, and it doesn't feel at all stressful. It feels just naturally exuberant, and I love it. And then there's this doubt that comes up, which is like, oh, that's wrong then, because that's intellectualizing. So I have lots of questions that come, and I'm just all day, I love it. But then this critique comes that you should be more silent. I just want to share that. It's like a new toy, like the best thing I've ever discovered ever, and I can't do that. I just love it.
That's a beautiful expression of total innocence. Thank you. Because, whatever it is, whether you're having sublime insights or questioning yourself, it's all it's all timelessly free. I won't say anything about that.
It's so fascinating. I mean, I spent a good 10 years trying to effect change from every different philosophy or model that I could come across, everything. From behaviour to words to neural nets and how they function in the mind and stuff. And what I'm finding is that the only success I ever had with any of that when I said this doesn't work. But I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, oh, well, that's changed, but it can't be. Let me have another look and it can come back. And I find with this that in just resting, it's like in a timeless space, all points of view are now concurring with the restness of awareness. Like there hadn't been anything else. That's just so cool. So change is just happening without just watching it. It just changes, but not really. Seems to feed backwards as well into different levels of truth.
All is well. Have you ever seen the group The Supremes? It's an old group. And Diana Ross is singing, and then the women in the background are doing their thing. That's what's going on over here. All this singing, and then we have the giggling posse over here on the left side. The sweet refrain. I have a friend named Wangdo Rinpoche, and he's an old man. Many call him a living Buddha. And on the topic of realization, he just nods his head and says, I've had many sublime realizations, meaning that that's just the way it is. Realization isn't some kind of a place to get to by anyone. And there are all kinds of descriptive expressions that appear along the way, but not one of those descriptive expressions is anything to hold on to. Like, I've got it now. This is it. No thought. Emptiness, no self, bliss, impartiality, neutrality. Compassion. Depression. Know that anything that appears is entirely circumstantial. Whatever it is, it is. Whether it seems to be located inside or outside, up or down. Just rest. There are all kinds of ways of describing everything that is occurring. What can totally be counted on is the restful essence of everything. When we want to rely on something, we want to rely on that which can really be relied upon no matter what. So that implies no matter what. Anything between the birth and death bookends, and including the birth and death bookends. Whatever is described, we already are.